Hello YouTube. Well, this is kind of weird. I'm making a video that has been 2 years in the process now, and I feel like I really had to make it because it's been waiting so long and it just had to be done. I owe it to the students, and also sometimes, to be honest, I need to remember why I do what I do, and things like this really help with that. Two things. This is not the video that I would make now, not at all, and this is not the video that I would have made 2 years ago, so this is not what it was supposed to be, not by any means. It's about a third of the work that it was supposed to be, but you know what, the content is good, and I decided to spend the last 2 days cutting the 3 hours worth of footage down into a 15-minute montage, and also add the extra bit that I'd been given by one of my students, Nastya. She'll be at the end. She cut and edited her own video just so she could be part of this video. So I really feel like I owe it to the students to make this video finally. So this is not exactly what I would have made 2 years ago, and it's definitely not what I would make now. And I didn't like the original introduction, that's why I'm doing this little, to be honest, rubbish introduction, but it feels like it needs something, so I'm giving it something at the start here. So this is going to be a... well, I hope it's going to be nice to watch. I mean, I've seen it so many times now that it's kind of lost its effect, but I really liked the atmosphere I had with the students in this video the first few times I watched it, and it still makes me laugh even when I watch it now, so hopefully that is worth it. But I just want to say that even though there is a question where it says, why are you one of Clem's favourite minions, or why are you one of my favourite students, to put it in easier words, all of my students are my favourite students. I don't have favourites. I have a lot of respect, and I have a lot of... let's say love, screw it. I have a lot of love for all of you as well. So, you know, my job is my life. It's not just my job. I'm here for each and every one of you. Each of these students are here voluntarily. It is in no way scripted. It is edited because a few times, you know, we made mistakes, we did it again, etc. But it was most of the time actually I used the original reaction to questions from me and questions from the students. The format was that I asked them 3 questions, the same 3 questions each. I told them what it was going to be before they came, so they weren't too worried. And they had the option to ask me 3 questions. I did each of my answers once and only once. I refused to do it again. So you would get the ultimate first reaction each time. At least I believe so. And then at the end, Katya decided that she wanted to do a little monologue, so I let her do it at the end. I've also included some outtakes that made me laugh, and then of course the extra bit from last year at the end as well, where I will actually have to cut myself in like this answering the questions, because I don't have the footage of me answering the questions anymore. It's gone, unfortunately, so got to do that again. Anyway, this has already been way too long. I'm sorry for a really long introduction, but here we go. My students are awesome, and they really, really are. Thank you, students. Oh, and actually, damn, one more thing. Okay, it's going to be even longer, sorry. One more thing, I need to give thanks to Dasha, my long-standing colleague, boss, and friend, for, first of all, allowing me to use the school to film this footage, and secondly, to be there to keep things calm when they were all waiting for their turn, because it was crazy, and in parts of the video you can actually hear them in the background. Anyway, really, that's enough now. I'm almost in 4 minutes, so sorry, really long introduction, but here we go. My students are awesome. Thank you again, guys. See you soon.
It's time to learn with the English.
Okay, that sucks. Let's try it again.
My name is Danil, and I'm from FC.
I'm Alex, I'm from Fluffy Monkeys.
Hi, my name is Anna. Hello, my name is Maya and I'm from Brand Media Group. Hey, it's Vera.
I'm Kate and I'm a part of the FCP group.
My name is Gabris Yulia. I'm an intermediate student.
So Danil, what's been the best thing about learning with AD English this year?
Everything was the best.
Everything was the best. You heard it.
Give me my money. Right, later.
So Alex, tell me, what's been the best thing about learning with AD English this year?
I can't remember the moment which was the best, but I think all our lessons are the best.
Okay. So Maya, what's been the best thing about learning with AD English this year?
I think it is when we were played in game Zombie Apocalypse. I think it was so cool because I like this game.
Okay.
Really.
So Kate,
what's been the best thing about learning with AD English this year?
Well, thinking about the last couple of years, I think that you're one of the most interesting teachers I've ever had, because the last teacher was pretty boring. And it's the good balance between having fun in the lesson and just learning things when you're not really noticing when you're learning them. It's just a very comfortable chatting and learning something new.
I'm not afraid of this. I'm afraid of people who's going to see this video.
Okay. Well, people who are watching this video, you're scary too. No, they're fine. Don't worry. Most of them are nice people, I'm sure. What's the thing about learning with AD English this year?
I had an amazing time at the school this year, and it was really interesting and exciting. But the main part was that I started to speak at last, and I think that Aaron made me speak because of his interesting games and exercises, and I think that it was the best thing for me, and I'm really thankful for him for making me speak. Thank you, Aaron.
Oh, thank you too. I'll be sure to tell Aaron that you're thankful.
Okay.
So Danil, why are you one of Clem's favourite minions?
I don't know. I'm just Daniel, and that's it. I look like a minion. Huh?
Everybody looks like you.
Just because.
Can't disagree there. So Alex, tell me, why are you one of Clem's favourite minions?
I cannot absolutely understand this question.
That's fine.
Ready?
Always. So Anna, why are you one of Clem's favourite minions?
Because bananas are cool.
Yes, bananas are cool. So Vera, why are you one of Clem's favourite minions?
I think I'm calm and I have visited the Czech Republic.
Yes, that is exactly why. Kate, why are you one of Clem's favourite minions?
Of course, the great and powerful would choose someone who would annoy the hell out of people. Well, I draw all sorts of memes in my student book. Yeah, they're stupid, but okay. And it seems like the universe tells me whether I know or not some words I have never seen before. So, probably this one guy.
Why are you one of Clem's favourite minions?
Okay, I think you'd better ask Clementine yourself, but I think I have a lot of reasons to be her favorite minion, but I think that's a bad thing. The main reason is that I'm quite an easygoing person, and I'm not afraid of new experiences. I'm not afraid of new experiences. For example, I'm not scared of making this video, and it doesn't matter how much I'm worried or how I'm afraid of making fool of myself. If it's exciting, I'm open to try it. Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Maya, the most important question, and the last question. Beard or no beard?
Beard.
And Anna, the most important question. Beard or no beard?
Beard.
So, Kate, beard or no beard?
Beard, because otherwise you would look like Tom Cruise's little brother.
Now that is insulting. So Alex, final question. Beard or no beard?
Beard.
Beard. So Danil, what do you think? Beard or no beard?
Definitely beard.
Definitely beard.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vera, final question. Beard or no beard?
I'm gonna say yes to the beard.
Fantastic. So far it's unanimous. Final question. Most important question. Beard Or no beard?
Beard, of course. It's so
Of
cool.
It's a
And of course you look more serious with the beard. And
That's serious.
yes, definitely serious.
So what, I'm like a cartoon character?
Yeah.
So, Aaron,
Yeah, that's me.
what do you like in Russia the most?
What do I like in Russia the most? The thing I like most about Russia is the people, so far. I like the students actually here as well. Everybody is very dedicated. Everybody tries to be a good student. It's a very good thing. That's why I came here in the first place, actually.
So, the second question. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Anywhere in the world. Does it have to be in the world?
No.
Ooh, no, okay. I would quite like to have a small cottage on the moon. But failing that, if I have to pick somewhere specifically in the world, I guess I'd quite like to go to the bottom of the sea for a couple of years. The problem is I can never actually find a place that I can call home personally. And therefore, I keep changing my mind about where I want to live.
So, and the last question. If you could choose any career you want all over again, what would it be?
Well, that's a good question, actually. I like that one. Well, teaching isn't just my career, it's what I am. So I suppose that no matter what job I was doing, I'd still be a teacher. But if I had to pick any other job, I guess I would join the police force. And I'd join a part of the police force where I was stopping the worst possible people in the world.
Aaron, tell me, what country is perfect to live in?
I haven't found a perfect country yet. I like my own country, Wales, of course. Go Dragons. And also, I am very fond of Russia, but mostly because of my connections here. And I had a very good time in the Czech Republic. I think every country I've lived in has been quite good, actually. So sorry, that's a pathetic answer, but that's my answer.
The second question is Russian vodka. Is it tasty for you?
Russian vodka. Well, I don't drink a lot, to be honest, but I've never been a big fan of vodka until I tried Finnish vodka, finally. And when I tried Russian vodka, it was also actually quite good. So, I'll give Russian vodka a thumbs up, why not? It's one of the best in the world.
What's your favorite type of banana?
The Anna banana.
How are you, Aaron?
I've been asked this more than any other question all year. My answer is always the same. I'm fantastic!
Always. Where did you live in Russia and what you can say about Russian people?
I lived in Klin, which is a small village in the Moscow region. You already know that. They don't. I can't say much about Klin, so I'm not going to. But Russian people, the thing that I find about Russian people is that they're very dedicated to learning. They're very different to other European students in this way. Russian people in general, I'm not going to say anything. I have Russian friends here. That's what I need to say. I've made friends here. I like Russian people in general. I like Russian people.
What do you think about Russian music? Do you have a favorite Russian band?
I do have a favorite Russian band, but it's only one of two bands that I know and like. My favorite Russian band is Piotr, followed very closely by B2. They are my favorites because they are the only bands that I know.
Okay. Did you smoke?
No, I've never smoked.
I have a question.
Okay, shoot.
What was the most memorable moment in the classroom?
I think one of the most memorable moments I've ever had during teaching was when I was doing a improvisation style class with my students, and I gave every student a card and they had a characteristic or they had a action they had to do. And one of the students was given the card that said he was at a party and he'd lost one of his shoes. And the student's name was Martin, and Martin, I miss you. And Martin was great. He actually stood up, he went into another classroom where somebody was teaching at the time. He didn't realise there was another classroom, so he apologised. And then he came back, he pretended to be drunk, and he was trying to find a shoe. And it was hilarious. It was really, really funny, because it was a combination...
I believe so.
It was a combination of the embarrassing moment with entering somebody else's class, and then coming back drunk. It looked like he was really doing it. It was great. From this year, I'm going to put a picture here, but But from this year, I think it was when one of my students said to me, when I was holding a group of paper, she didn't say anything actually, she just did this. And then I did with the paper. And it went all over this classroom.
So you made a mess?
Of course. It's not my classroom if there's no mess. I don't know, I mean every classroom something amazing happens. This is why I'm making this video. There's far too many to list, and even this video doesn't even begin to cover it.
Do you have some special memory about myself in this classroom?
Well, the biggest memory in this classroom goes to Maria, I'm afraid, with the terrorism starting the world. Terrorism made the Big Bang. But,
yeah, I remember that was the best moment for me too. Okay.
And your laugh is always enough to get us all going, so, you know, that's fine.
Yeah, that's why I like these classes too, because it made me laugh, actually. And I was always happy when I leave these classes every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. What do you think about the last part?
I think that's fine. I think the last part was fine. There's the laugh.
I've been pretty much very interesting person, because from the first lesson I would think he would be, I don't know, clumsy like previous teacher was, but in the second lesson I realized that it was not just nice person, but smart and clever and pretty much with a good sense of humor throughout the year. But at the same time, he knows much more than the book gives us. So I remember the moments when he just threw the book aside and like, oh damn this book. He knows much better than you would think. And I guess the students love him just for that. So it is pretty cool. He's staying the next year, we'll have time to know him better, and I guess he really has this teacher talent. Where's my money now?
We'll talk.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. What has been the best thing about learning with Aaron? I think the best thing about learning with Aaron is he always understands you and always try to help you, always want to be your friend. I think it's very important. Students and teachers have to understand each other because it's good. Can't thank you enough to you for giving us so many English and American words, so many idioms. Yes, never forget. Aaron's students, don't be scared, don't be shy, and always get the help of your teacher. Help? I think yes. It's if you don't speak a lot, I think the teacher won't be able to understand you and won't be able to know everything that disturbs you. We are very appreciated to be your student. It was so lucky to have such an awesome teacher like you. It is very lucky for students, for future students, to have you as a teacher. The best thing about learning English with Aaron, I think, is his patience, because he had lots of work, he had so many works to do. You're amazing. I like our conversations, conversations in our group, because I like when people talk together, talk to each other. I like speaking. We are Clem's favorite minion because we are very funny and we all are kind, and I think you love us because we are always trying to do our homework. It's time for my questions to you. Okay, Aaron, do you miss us? Second question.
Why did you decide to stay in Russia and teach Russian students? Do you drink tea from that cup of tea, or just carrying it in a shell?
Anyway, sorry. Right. So to answer your questions, it's going to be quite difficult to see the change between Nastya's lovely video and me looking like this awful thing that just crawled out of bed, and generally there's a bit of a bad jump here. So sorry about that. The cut was awful. But Nastya, thank you. That was lovely, and it was amazing. And I barely cut it. I think I made it a little bit shorter, but I didn't change it much from what it was originally. It was originally 3 different messages, 3 different videos. I put them together. Other than that, I haven't changed it much. So to answer your 3 questions, do I miss you? Yes, I miss every single student that is no longer my student. Even the students that I didn't particularly get on with, I still miss them when they're gone, because there's a connection between a teacher and a student, even if the connection is a aggravated one where the two of you are kind of fighting each other. There's still this connection that you just cannot ignore. And a lot of my students are quite young. A lot of my students are adults as well, of course. I have kind of 50-50. I have a 50-50 split between young and adults. And even students that I didn't particularly enjoy teaching, I still often think what they're doing now. And I like to hear from students actually after a long period of time if they do decide to talk to me and just tell me something, or they ask me a question even, just something really simple. It can be really nice. So yes, I miss each and every one of you, of course. In fact, I'm just looking at the students. Yeah, literally all of you that are in this video, I don't actually teach you anymore. You've all moved on to more, well, different things, and it's really sad. So it's a little bit nostalgic making this video, but in a good way and in a bad way. Second question, why did I stay in Russia? Sima. I'm now married to her, so I know that you all knew about her because I wasn't afraid to talk about it. But yes, I'm married to her. It's my life in Russia. I teach here full time still, mostly privately now, but still. I'm still working in the same school that I was working in 2 years ago, and some of those students carried on to the 2nd year. So I did spend 2 years with Anna, Maya. That's it actually from the group. Anna and Maya I spent 2 years with, and I'm actually teaching Kate's friend now, because Kate recommended me to some friends, and I'm teaching them on a weekly basis, which is nice. And just having that little link between the students. And the main reason I stay in Russia is because I like it here. That's the main thing. I like it here, and also because, well, as I said, my wife is here, and my life is here as a result. And the last question, do you drink tea in that cup? Yeah, I still have it. No, I don't drink tea. I know the joke has always been, do I drink vodka in my cup? And yes, I put vodka in this cup all the time. No, I've actually used this cup so much that you can see that the picture is actually almost gone. That's how much I use this cup. It is my favorite cup, and I use it almost all the time. And it doesn't matter that the image is gone, I still understand fully what this represents, and as a result, I still use this cup whenever I can. Though the issue is it's a bit small. When I'm at home, I use a real coffee cup. Just to give you context here, there we go. But yes, I fully appreciate the cup, and I still use it whenever I can if I just want a small coffee or if I just want a small drink. So thank you. And it's been relatively emotional actually doing this video again. So my original plan was to do this once a year, and I may actually consider doing something, not this exactly. I wouldn't do this again, but I'd consider doing something similar in the future potentially. So. Well, hopefully the Q&As will be part of that as well, because I can actually interact with my students, and maybe even my old students will come back, because I'm still connected with a lot of you on VK. So, yeah, hopefully you can all be part of that and come talk to me. So, if anybody has been waiting for this video, I'm sorry it took, well, over 2 years. No, not over 2 years. It hasn't been over 2 years at all. It's been 2 years almost, because it was at the end of the 1st year, so it's been almost 2 years. So I'm sorry it took so long for that to happen. It's just the way it was. Life got in the way, and well, also I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually do it, but now I've done it. It's done. It's going out. It's going out today. I'm going to finish it right now, and I'm going to send it right after I've recorded this. Because I've been working on it already, it's already edited, now I just need to add myself to it. Which is the worst bit, because I hate adding myself, especially because I look worse here than I did in the video. But, oh well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's time to learn me the English.
Okay, that sucks. Let's try it again. So say something nice about me. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Fantastic. What I like about Russia the most is that so far I have not been eaten by a bear.
That's bad. That's my question.
This is going to be so much fun.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wasn't so painful, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, tell them that, okay? Cool.
Ah!
Okay. So Alex, beard or no beard?
Bad.
Bad.
Apparently I have a bird on my chin. Okay. Now, Clem is one of my characters in the videos. Why are you one of my favourite students? That's the question.
Just
So just say
No,
something about you. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, you can say, for example, I've got awesome hair. My shoes are really shiny. You can say whatever you want. Okay? Okay, make sure I keep that face in as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll ease into it. Okay? So I'm not a director saying, okay, action. But instead we're going to have, you know, a nice little comfortable conversation. Damn, I want to have a coffee with you. We'll do that another time, fine. There's often a thing in my videos where I'm taking a sip from my coffee and I want to do that with you.
Oh, okay.
But I forgot, sorry. Maybe later, okay? I haven't even
Totally messed that up.
Okay. This actually is Clem's favourite video. Now, my second question. My second question is asking mostly about you. If you want to say why you were an awesome student, you tell me why you're an awesome student. If you want to say why you're an awesome person, you tell me why you're an awesome person.
And so, if I'm not
You are an awesome person. So Anna.
I don't know what.
I should have been thinking about it when I was there.
That was the way I did it, but it's fine.
Okay. Okay, let's try to answer them as a question.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't have to be something incredible. You could just say,
Let's remember anything that was.
okay, she obviously had a great time. Or that it's over.
No!
I like it.
Yes.
Because she's calm. Clem likes calm people too. Well, I can't really tell you what I think because you're going to find out basically on Monday when I give you a certificate.
Okay.
You've been a great student though. I mean, you work hard. You
Really?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You definitely work hard, yeah. I think that you'd be willing to accept that maybe you're not the strongest in the group, but you always...
Strongest
put effort.
was,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. But you've always been willing to try, and you've always been willing to actually ask me the questions that you need to ask me when I'm sitting and working with you.
Thanks. It's time to learn with AD English. No!
So, Maya, what was the best thing about learning with AD English this year?
It is when we were played in... I hate my laugh.
That was indeed the best game. Yeah. Okay. having fun at the camera, that's great. I often do this game actually where I move the box around. Especially in editing, because when you're editing, we just look like two wheels shaking. Because you can't see the box, you know?
Okay.
So box goes down here, box goes up here, yeah, exactly, great, see?
Okay. That's my answer.
Okay, good answer.
No.
Sleep.
No.
Most memorable moment in the classroom. That's hard because I've been teaching for many years now. Many years. I'm an old man, really. I mean, I look young, but I'm an old man. Give me a high five with it. Alrighty, good. High five. Yeah. We're gonna high five a lot. Alright. Yeah. There we go. High. Alright, we actually do it by looking at the camera, that's amazing. Bless us. Cool. Try first.
Okay.